All right, so we have finished. We're halfway through transformations. We've done translations and reflections, which are the two easiest ones. Um, you absolutely need to pause the video, get paper, because you need to write the notes that are under this in order to be able to do rotations. So go ahead and pause the video, get something to write with, get some paper so that you can write this down because you will need it to and be able to answer the questions. So rotations are going to be where you are going to move an object around a point. For us, we're just going to be moving it around the origin. So there are three types of way they'll ask you to rotate something. They will ask you to rotate something 90 degrees counterclockwise. So if you have a question and it says, okay, you've got the point 2, 3, rotate it 90 degrees counterclockwise around the origin, then what you're going to do is right here, what it says in pink, you're going to switch. So switch the number. So it's 2, 3. So now we have 3, 2. And then you're going to change the sign in the front. So you have the point 2, 3. So all we do is switch them. So now we have 3, 2. The number in the front was a positive 3. So now it's a negative 3. So for example, if you get a question and it said, okay, you have the point -4, -1, and you're going to rotate it counterclockwise 90 degrees, then the numbers switch places. So the -1's in the front, the -4 is in the back. Then you change the sign in the front. So it was a -1. Now it's a +1. So that's your new point. And then once we write these notes down on the next slide, we're going to do this on a graph so you can see how it rotates it and how it works. So if we do another one, let's say you have the point 5, -2. So switch them. So now you have -2, 5. So they switch first, then change the sign in the front. So instead of -2, it's +2. All right, so that's it. That's all you got to do if they ask you to rotate it counterclockwise. So counterclockwise, switch them, change the number in the front. So pause the video, make sure you have all of this wrote down so you've got that. Now, if 90 degrees counterclockwise, and remember counterclockwise on a clock is going backwards, so 90 degrees counterclockwise is going to the left. So if you're going 90 counterclockwise, you switch and change the sign in the front. So what do you think you're going to do if you're going 90 clockwise? You're going to do the opposite. So you're going to switch and change the sign in the back. So if you have 2, 3, they switch places. Now you have 3, 2. The sign in the back changes. So pause the video, write that down, make sure you've got that. And if we come over here and look, so if I say you've got the point -2, 7, rotate it 90 clockwise, you're going to switch them, 7, and then 2, -2. So switch places, change the sign in the back, it's negative, now it's positive. All right, as long as you have these notes, it's pretty simple to be able to do that. Now, what if you got, let's say you have the point 0, 2. They switch places, so you've got the point 2, 0, and then change the sign in the back. Well, you don't write -0, so you would just leave it 2, 0. So anytime it's a 0 and it says to change the sign, you just leave it the same. All right, and then the last one is going to be, what do I do if it says to rotate it 180 degrees? If it's 180 degrees, which means you're going to the complete opposite side of the graph, Doesn't matter whether it says 180 degrees clockwise or 180 degrees counterclockwise. That's the same thing. It's moving to the same spot. All that matters is if it says 180, all you do is change both signs. So the numbers don't move this time. You just change the sign. So if you had +2, +3, now it's -2, -3. If you had -4, 7, now you have +4, -7. The numbers don't move. You just switch the signs. That's it. If you had -4, -7, now you have +4, +7. And that's it. So either make sure you have those wrote down. And then the only other one you'll get is, let's say, if it says that they want you to rotate it 270 degrees clockwise. All right, so if you think you have a circle, all right? If you have a circle, each one of these are 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 and 90. All right, so they're all 90 degrees. If it says to rotate 270 degrees, that would be rotating 3 of them. So rotating 270 clockwise is the same as rotating 90 the opposite way. All right, and if that sounds confusing, it's going to make sense when we're doing the problem. So basically what that means, and you can write this down right here, if you get one that says 270 clockwise, all you're going to do is do 90 degrees, and you're going to go the opposite way. I don't like writing with the mouse. All right, so if you have a question that says rotate it 270 clockwise, you're just going to do 90 counterclockwise, which would be to come up here and do that one. If it says rotate it 270 counterclockwise, you'll just do 90 clockwise. So anytime you get 270, if it says do 270, what you do is you just do 90 the opposite way. So if it says rotate it 270 clockwise, do 90 counterclockwise, and you'll go use the notes for that. All right, so let's look at some examples on the graph. So make sure you've got got these wrote down. Makes it a lot easier if you got those and you just look right at it and see, okay, what am I doing? Easy, switch it, no problem. So let me cover this back up. All right, so here we go. We have a graph. We have the notes over on the side. So let's say I want to take this point. So what point is this? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So it's the point 3, -2. So if I want to take this point and rotate it 90 counterclockwise, so I would switch the numbers. So 3 and the -2 switch, and then change the sign in the front. It was negative. Now it's positive. So my new point is at 2, 3. So I took it and rotated it 90 counterclockwise. All right. Maybe I want to take this point and rotate it 90 clockwise. So that would switch them. So -2 in the front, 3 in the back. Switch and change the sign in the back. It was positive. Now it's negative. So -2, -3. So it took this and rotated it 90 clockwise. All right, let's say I want to rotate it. I guess I should have used the colors that it's rotated up there. So there's the red point to match, and now we'll do the blue point. Maybe I want to take this point and I rotate it 180 degrees. It could say clockwise, could say counterclockwise, doesn't matter. All you do is change both sides. So instead of +3, it's -3. Instead of -2, it's +2. So -3, +2. And all it did was take it and flip it and rotate it all the way around to the opposite side. All right. So let's look at another one. Let's say you have a triangle this time, and they want you to rotate the whole shape. All right, so let's rotate the whole shape. Let's rotate it, let's go with 90 clockwise. So you would look and see, okay, what's my point? This is the point -1, 2, 1, 2. So I've got -2, 2. I've got -3, 2. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, -3, 4. So if I want to rotate it 90 clockwise, it's going to go from here over here somewhere, because clockwise goes this way. 90 degrees takes us from quadrant 2 to quadrant 1. So 90 degrees clockwise, switch the numbers, change the sign in the back. So I have -3, 4, switch the numbers, 4, -3, change the sign in the back. So 4, +3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Let's do this one. Switch the numbers. 2 goes to the front. -3 goes to the back. Change the sign in the back. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. -2, 2. Switch the numbers. 2, -2. Change the sign in the back. So 1, 2, 1, 2. And our shape has rotated 90 degrees clockwise. All you got to do is follow the steps. All right. Let's take a look at another one. We'll do one more on this page and then we'll move on. So let's say you've got this triangle. So 1, 2, -2, -1, 1, 2, 3, 4, down 1, -4, -1. And then for this point, 1, 2, 3, 4, -4, 1, 2, 3, -4, 3. And I say rotate it 180 degrees clockwise. So we just changed the signs. So instead of negative and negative, this is now 4, 1. They stay in the same order, you just change the signs. 1, 2, 3, 4, +1. -2 becomes +2, -1, +1, 1, 2, +1. -4 becomes +4. I wrote +3, but should have -3 becomes +3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Our shape has been rotated all the way around 180 degrees. So it goes to the complete opposite side. All right. Almost done here. So here we go. We have this one, and I want to change this. Let's say it said rotate it 270 counterclockwise. So if you get a problem and it says counterclockwise, remember, you just do 90 the opposite way. So if it says rotate it 270 counterclockwise, What's the opposite of going counterclockwise? Going clockwise. So instead of doing 270 counterclockwise, we're going to do 90 the opposite way, which is clockwise. All right, so that's how that works. Anytime you see 270, you just do 90 the opposite way. 90 degrees clockwise says switch, change the sign in the back. So switch them, -1, -3, change the sign in the back. So -1, +3. -3, -4, switch them, change the sign in the back. -1, 2, 3, 4, +1, 2, 3. -1, -1. If you switch them, it's still the same thing. Change the sign in the back. -1, +1. And that's it. So when you're doing rotations, the main thing is that you just remember these notes right here. You got them wrote down, and all you got to do is check them for each one, see what it's asking you to do, and then write the points down and change them. Those of you that write the points down on your assignment and change them first will get done with the assignment faster because you will have less mistakes. Those that try and look at it, get the points in their head, move them without writing them down, you're going to be more likely to make mistakes, and it's going to take you longer to do the assignment. So write them down, change them. It'll be a lot easier. Let's see. Your assignment, check the calendar just to make sure. Yeah, your assignment, if you want to go ahead and get started, your assignment for Monday is just this one right here. The in-person classes are going to do these, but for you all you've got to do is this. So if you want to go ahead and work on Monday's assignment, it's rotations P13. Rotations P13. And it says get it to 100. You don't have to get it to 100. You can get it to 70 and stop just like we normally do, and you'll get your points. So rotation P13, if you get it to 70, you're good. Make sure you wrote these notes down or you took a picture of them, something. Make sure you have this so that you're able to do these a lot easier. And that's it. If you have questions, you just need to email me or come to a Google Meet, and I'm here to help you.